Hey everyone, this is NY Jets Film Study here. Today we are going to be looking at Zach Wilson Week 4 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would be starting the first 3 weeks, but I feel like the team wasn't 100% yet. The defense wasn't playing that well and the offense wasn't playing that well, so I'm going to be starting my film study at Week 4. So first passing play of the day here. Jets in a gun formation, no running backs in the backfield. So Zach Wilson, he snaps it. He is looking in this direction. So the first thing here is after this part, you should, okay, I don't know why that happened. You should be here. I get that you have a guy coming off the edge here, but you shouldn't just, as you notice that play, he just stared down these two guys. He should have got through his reads. He goes here, 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 and then if no one's open, he runs or throws it away if needed. But if we go back here, as you see, he starts off with the play staring down. It looks like Garrett Wilson, and he just looks at him throughout the whole play. Garrett Wilson does make a good cut and coming back to the ball, but once Zach Wilson throws it, the ball is high. He has to jump all the way up for it, which isn't good because as soon as he comes down, the corner tackles him. If the ball is placed where it should be into Garrett Wilson's arms, and he doesn't have to jump for, he has an opportunity to try to juke the corner out and to possibly get the first down. But so there's the first mistake of the day by Zach Wilson, I would say. So the next play I'm evaluating Zach Wilson on is here. The Jets are in another gun empty set, no running backs in the backfield. But you saw on the top of your screen right here. So he stops the ball, and once again he's gonna be making the same mistake of once again he just stares down Garrett Wilson. Right here, you see how much separation he has? I would throw the ball right here because he's gonna make. I mean, he's running in this direction. So if you make it right here, he's able to catch it, and then he can probably go down to about here until he gets tackled here. Or if you don't like this for some reason, you you shouldn't just stare this down. You should be looking. You should move your body to be looking up here. But as you continue, he still is staring him down, and then instead of looking up, because you see he's getting wide open, he's going up the field right here, but instead of looking up to other guys that could be open, he stares down Garrett Wilson, doesn't throw it, and then gets sacked. So here's the next play: Zach Wilson passing the ball. It's another, looks like a gun set, but he has the running back in the backfield. He throws, so he immediately starts looking at the running back. He knows that he's probably going to come open unless someone comes down the block to guard him. You have, looks like Elijah Moore open right here who you could throw to, but instead he takes the check down, which is fine, and he gets positive yards. Here's another angle of this mistake he made. So again, he just stares down Garrett Wilson. He has separation right here, but instead of throwing it to him or looking at his other options, he starts running out of the pocket and gets sacked. Next here, here's a crazy but unneeded play by Zach Wilson. So, bunch formation, running back in the backfield. It's a play action. He has the ball. So to me, he looks like he's running a streak. So well, actually, no, take it back. He's coming outside and he's coming inside. But as you see, he already has a guy coming on him. So he dodges him. Look at that's crazy. He evades him. Then he barely gets his foot off of him. He runs this way, jukes back, spin move, all of that just to throw the ball away. Now, I'm not criticizing him for throwing the ball away. That was a very smart move. But as you see here again, I don't. Did all that need to happen to extend the play? Like once you have this guy coming after you dodge this, you don't have to continue looking at the field. You can just throw the ball away. That's the only thing I have to criticize. I do appreciate the effort though, but I just don't feel like that was all needed. Next year, so empty set, probably third down again. Snap. So it looks like his initial read is, I would say, I think this is Elijah Moore. It looks like his initial read, or Breece Hall in the check down. Yeah, so the thing here is he throws a perfect ball to Elijah Moore, and he runs downfield and has great rack. That was great by Zach Wilson. I honestly thought he was gonna throw it to the check down. I just made that mistake. Great read by Zach Wilson, knowing he needs a chunk play to get the third down, and instead of going to the check down, he goes to Elijah Moore, open in the middle of the field, and they get a huge gain. Here is a really good play by Zach Wilson. So they send a blitz. Looks like they're sending one, two, three, four, five. They're sending six guys on the O line. Right here, he has decent. This is actually pretty good protection. He sees that Elijah Moore is going to be making the cut right here. Cuts back, throws the ball, and it's perfect. And then Elijah Moore, he runs vertically. I don't know why, but that's still perfect place ball. And great job by Zach Wilson staying in the pocket. The great trick play. This honestly isn't just Zach Wilson. This is just the whole team. Mike LaFleur, great game plan. I love this trick play. Basically, Philly special. He gives it to Braxton Berrios, and good job with Zach Wilson with the Cats, and then he gets the nice gritty. There was a big issue I have with Zach Wilson, and a big issue he's had the whole season. So first, he snaps the ball. It's a wide receiver screenplay. So Elijah Moore's here. Hopefully, Garrett Wilson and Uzama trying to block. But look at where he puts the ball. I'm not sure if this is just a miscommunication, but look, the ball goes all the way over here, and he's standing over here. I'm not sure if he thinks he's gonna start running or if he was just off. But the whole season, Zach Wilson had issues on these screenplays. He would either not throw far enough, he would throw over his head, or like this, he would be inaccurate. So this is a big thing that Zach Wilson needs to work on. It's just the simple stuff, you know? I mean, most QBs, Mike White could do this. How can you not do this? I mean, just stuff you got. Third down, Jets and a bunch wide receiver set. Zach Wilson to throw. Looks like he's looking at the middle of the field. So he looks like he's looking at. I think this is Berrios. I think it looks like he's looking at Berrios down the middle of the field. He has pressure in his face. He evades it. Great extension of the play, and then just no one to throw to. But that was a really good job by Zach Wilson. So right here, Zach Wilson, he snaps the ball, and then he's looks like he's looking at him. But instead of staying in the pocket of Elijah Moore, so Elijah Moore, he makes the cut. He's wide open right here. The corner, I think, starts running back. Yeah, the corner starts running back, and then he changes reads to this guy. But right here, you should throw it to Elijah Moore. I mean, but when you throw, you need to make sure it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. You need to throw it in this area only where he can get it. But instead of throwing it to him or looking at his other reads, he gets antsy in the pocket and starts running around for no reason, and there's no gain on the play. So Berrios in motion, Zach Wilson to hike the ball, play action to the running back, and then just great throw to Conklin over the middle for a huge gain. This is the stuff that we see Zach Wilson can do. He just can't do it on a consistent basis. But if he could fix up the screens, make these types of throws on a consistent basis, be able to go through all of his reads instead of staring down a receiver, with his being able to escape the pocket like Patrick Mahomes, we would have a great QB. So here, Zach to throw. He has a decently clean pocket. He chucks it up and just a tiny bit out of bounds. It's a really good, a pretty good throw by him. Just a tiny bit out of bounds. You got to be a little bit more accurate with that. The only thing I feel like is, yes, you have this guy on the edge, but once he falls down, you don't. Well, I guess he doesn't fall down, but you don't have to keep going back. You can try to stand in the pocket a little bit stronger instead of constantly going backward, giving the D line more of a chance to sack you and just making the throw harder for you. But third down here, empty set again. Zach Wilson, he snaps the ball. He goes through. He that was really fast, but he goes through his reads quickly. He looked here for about a split second, and then he turned here. There's all this room here, but instead it's a cutback. My mistake. He takes like a 10-step drop. So this was a really good play in terms of him um looking at his different reads. He didn't just stare at one guy. He was here, then looked here, then here, and he. Uh, so third down, I think, empty set. Zach Wilson is gonna throw, so he's going through his reads. He's first looking at at Garrett Wilson, then he changes his read to Breece Hall, and then moves it to I think to whoever that is, and then he Elijah Moore. Then he throws it to Conklin. Looks like it's way over his head. Oh, not way over his head, but looks like it's a really high ball. And yeah, way overthrown. Like you see that? Do you see how far how high that ball is? Way overthrown, right to the defender. I mean, you just gotta be a little bit smarter than that. Let's look at this again. So snaps the ball. He goes through his reads, and then here, I would say this is the right read because you have all this open space. But you can't throw if you're gonna throw the ball to him, you can't have it that far overthrown. It's gotta be accurate. And as soon as he lets it rip, it's way too high. The ball shouldn't be up here. It should be down here, and then it goes on a trajectory to here. Instead, it's up here and it goes all the way to there. So, just not a good ball by Zach. Well, that's gonna be an end to the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, and if you would like, comment on the video. Tell me anything that I should change or give me ideas for videos. And yeah, have a good day.